Right now we're going to be looking at the cosine law. Last time we talked about the sine law, which is one of the ways you can solve triangles. However, there's some triangles, like this type of triangle and this type of triangle, which you can't use sine law for. If we look, we don't have any matching opposites. We don't have any angle side pairs. So we need to use cosine law instead. In case you're wondering, SAS, side angle side, because we have a side angle and a side in a row. And here SSS means side, side, side triangle. Those are the two types of triangles we use cosine law for. So we're going to sub in this information. The key thing to understand when you're looking at cosine law. First of all, it's kind of confusing and hard to remember. These are all side lengths except for C. C is an angle. This angle, so the angle that you pick when you're doing your question, dictates the rest of the question. So for example, if I'm doing 44 in this question, that means this opposite is side C, and that would go here in the equation. Whichever one's A and B doesn't really matter because they work the same, but if you mess up C, the entire equation will be wrong. Same thing over here, if you ended up picking this as side C, this would be angle C, which would go into the equation there. Be very careful when you set up your equations. Take a second and do it properly so that you don't make mistakes and have to fix it later. So let's go through one example of this one. We'll just put the numbers in so we can see how it works. So I'm going to sub in the numbers. I don't know what C is, but I'm going to put in 15 squared plus 19 squared minus 2, 15, 19 cos 44 degrees. I just subbed in all the information I had into the equation. Now I'm going to simplify it a little bit to make it easier for us. So we got 225, 361, 570 cos 44. Okay. Now I'm going to, again, simplify. 586 minus 410 approximately. So we're going to get 176. So that means that C is the square root of that, which approximately 13.3-ish. Okay, so now that I found C, I'm going to put that information in, 13.3. Sweet. If the question had asked to find all the rest of the information, I look right now, hey, I have a matching pair. I could now use sine law to figure out the rest of the triangle. That would work. You could use cosine law too if you wanted. I prefer sine law as I think it's a lot easier, and you have students a lot of times make mistakes because there's so many equations going on. Sine law is a lot more straightforward. So that's cosine law. That's how you do it. You sub in the information, usually only have to do one step, and then do sine law for the rest, and that'll work out for your triangle. It works in this one as well. We'll set this one up just so you can see what it looks like, but it's the same idea. So let's write the equation. So 27 squared. Oh, here, we'll write it with the letters first. C squared, A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. So let's sub in the numbers. 27 squared, 81 squared, plus 44 squared, minus 2, sorry about that, minus 2, 81, 44, cos C. And again, I don't know what cos C is. That's okay though. So I'm actually going to go through this question just because it's a little bit weirder. So let's go through the actual steps. 729, 6561, 1936, 2 times 7128 cos C. Okay, 729. Let's add these together. 497 minus 7128 cos C. Okay, now I'm going to subtract that on the other side. -7768 equals -7128 cos C. Now I'm going to divide away this. So I get 1.089 is equal to cos C, and I'm going to do inverse cos to find out what angle C would be. Oh, so I ended up getting an error. The reason I ended up getting an error is because I put random numbers into the question. You can't just make triangles by putting in random numbers. All the process we did was correct. The reason it was an error is because this is not actually possible as a triangle. Had we used the right numbers, this process would have been fine. So that's how you set up cosine.